because we can pretty much start like
whenever. We can cut all this out.
whenever, dude.
Welcome.
I got my handy dandy notebook.
Bro.
Oh yeah. Hey, another thing. If you're gonna look at the camera, look at the camera.
I did look
Don't look up there.
Well, okay.
That I look up there for like.
I know.
I'm looking for. It's just the screen.
It's just a screen. But the problem is when I look at the camera, it's so bright. I can't even see the camera.
It has Jesus in it. Let's go, bro. It's part
Okay, guys. Let's get serious about this stuff. Okay? This is life as I know it, where it just gets a little hectic sometimes. Gets all over the place. But we are here just to learn about life, what we're going through, who we are as men, as individuals. Same thing. And where we want to go. So that's what this is, dude. There's no script. So if you're wanting like answers or questions or anything like that, dude, we just kind of wing it here. Okay? Dude.
Nothing there. It's blank. Zoom in.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So he brought that because he's like, well, you start spitting, knowledge or whatever, which I hardly do.
Wisdom.
Then,
Two different things.
Then, see? Dude, I don't even know that.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Wisdom is fruit and apples. I don't even know. No. Wisdom is the opposite of knowledge. In fact, let's just talk about not really opposite. Knowledge is knowing. This is our wonderful friend, Thaddeus St. Michael.
Uh-huh.
Ted. He taught me this once. And he said,
crazy name.
Knowledge, it is. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad.
I've heard this, bro.
There you go.
I've heard this.
Knowledge, wisdom, two different things.
Okay. I had a question for you, bro.
Dude,
You
I'm
just
excited.
sent me off
Hey,
to
guys,
Tomato Land.
we're about to find out Ben's question. So go ahead. Life
All right,
as
life
you
as I
know
know
you. Yeah.
it. Well, life as you know it.
Well,
It's just life as we know it.
you said hi. It's a title thing. It's kind of your podcast.
It's
Cool.
So,
I'm glad to be here, by the way.
dude, you are always welcome.
My name's Trevor.
I'll have all the videos with him because I enjoy talking to this guy.
My name's Trevor.
This guy. So here we have Trevor Holt, if that's what you're wanting.
No, I didn't. I did it myself twice.
Yeah. Dude, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I thought it would be insane, a little, unscripted, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to be real. Unscripted.
Real and unscripted.
But this is a little.
So if you're scripted out there, you're not real.
You're fake. You're
That's
fake.
what he's saying.
I don't like to spit facts. I don't know where that goes into your knowledge.
We're not supposed to spit in the house. That's what I tell my kids.
But yeah, if you're scripted, I can't trust you.
Again, blank.
Dude, I don't know if we should be shooting this late anymore.
Yep.
Because I feel like it's all over the place.
Next time it'll be shot a lot earlier. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
No worries.
You go to work tomorrow?
I don't know. It depends if it snows.
There's snow on the ground.
There is snow on the ground. But if it snows a lot, I have to go haul it off of parking lots and stuff like that.
So if it did snow tonight, what time would you have to wake up in the morning?
4.
God,
Yeah.
bro.
It'll be good.
Jesus. I don't think it's going to snow again tonight.
Me neither.
The weather also said it wasn't going to snow today.
And it did.
It
5
snowed.
times. And it's off and
It
on.
snowed.
At 0%. Well, at 5 o'clock, it's going to be 40%, but 0% by 6. Then at 6, it was 65% with a 0% at 7. You want to know what it said at 7? Down to 40, but it was still there. So it was still snowing. Made no sense. I don't trust it.
So I know what you do, but just for the people listening, what do you do for work?
Man, nothing.
And guess what?
Nothing.
Not scripted. That was just off.
Awesome. So there's no paper over there?
No paper.
So is there a reason that you have a pillow on your lap? That's an unscripted question. That's a pretty
I'm not hiring
unscripted.
anything, bro.
I mean, it's your thing.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal, y'all. This ain't for me. You're
Bro.
looking at me, but
Bro.
I mean, really, he's gonna tell you what the deal is.
Why are you attacking me, huh?
I'm not trying to.
Bro, why are you attacking me?
So, for a living. I own and operate a lawn service landscaping company, and it's called The Lawn Guy. Matter of fact, I can show off a little bit. Right there says The Lawn Guy.
I don't know if they can read
that. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you what's there. And that's what the company's called, The Lawn Guy. What do I do? Lawns. And I move snow around, and I do different landscaping jobs and stuff like that. Just getting off a lot of leaves. Wish I had more, but that's what I've been doing. And now it's getting cold. So it's kind of my off season. And unlike most jobs during off seasons, I don't have to do a whole bunch. So I work in my other business, which is my wife's, and that's a cleaning business. So I go help her clean different Airbnbs, houses, commercial buildings, and stuff like that. That's what
if you need any kind of like landscaping stuff, lawn work done or anything like that, call 573-265-5110. Ask for Dale, and he could probably help you out. Wes.
He's a really cool guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I work.
I don't know anything about that, but the guy, Wes, is an awesome guy. Do you know him? And Gar is an amazing place. It's an awesome place. I don't know how it is to work there. Awesome. I've never worked there, but all those people, all those lovely employees, they're amazing. I love the parts counter. Those are my peeps. Dude, those are my peeps. I love them.
I know a couple of you guys are going to listen to this.
They help me so much. Every time I'm there, they crack me up. They always love you.
He's a nice guy. You're lucky he's a nice guy.
They always love you. And they talk some smack on each other. It's a great work environment. At least I think so.
Yeah. So just tonight, I went to a Mexican restaurant with my dad, and I got a text from my boss, Wes, who said, "Don't eat the salsa."
Which restaurant?
El Muguey.
Oh yeah, I don't care. I mean, El Muguey is good. Don't get me wrong.
Close. Really, only one option.
Los Arcos is amazing when it comes to their salsa. Their food's great too, but their salsa's the bomb. So I don't blame Wes. So what happened?
So I was gonna tell you, bro.
I'm excited.
So he sent me "Don't eat the salsa." My first thought was, how does he know I'm here?
Yeah, mine would have been he's sitting next to me. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was looking around. I didn't see him at first.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe he's like, he ate here before. Maybe he passed me on the highway. I don't know. I started second guessing.
Passed me on the highway. If you knew where El Muguey was, you would know. If someone passed you on the highway, they would have no idea where the heck you were heading. But that's good, Ben. Good job. That was a good filler sentence there.
So if he passed me on the outer road, and
outer road,
turning, if he pulled out of the parking lot, and I was pulling in the parking lot, I really wasn't paying attention going into the parking lot.
If you knew the businesses that were all around this parking lot, you would know. It doesn't make much sense. But
okay, so there is like 8 businesses in that parking lot.
A lot,
but only one Mexican restaurant. So logically,
knowing Ben,
where would he go?
He's going to Mexico.
So Wes texted me that, and I didn't see him. I was like, "What is going? Like, how does he know this?" So then I looked at my dad, and I was like, "Maybe should we eat the salsa? Like, because maybe he ate here before." And I was like, "Maybe he got sick."
Was your dad like mid salsa? Like,
I know. I was like, "Hey,
should I not?"
But so then I found him. And that's the end of this story. I know you thought this was going to go a lot farther. That's it. I found him. I ate the salsa. He came to me and said, "Hey, be safe tonight." And blah, blah. That was it. But here's why I said all that. Most bosses won't even text you outside work. They don't care. They don't care about what you're doing. They don't care about you at a restaurant. They don't care about anything. This guy cares so much about his employees that he reached out to me outside of work as a joke, just so we could be a little bit closer. It's a good boss.
So, with that said, I think for me, if I ever go outside of owning my own business and want to go to work somewhere, don't beat me to Gar, because that's going to be my next employment spot if that happens.
Dude.
Or retirement.
Yeah.
In fact, I will take Travis Inman's job. Travis, I love you. That's awesome. You get to work with him. I used to work with him. He's a great guy. Not sure if you listen to this, but if you ever do,
he'll
shout out.
Listen.
Travis Inman.
Yeah, if he knows we're both on it, he'll probably What problems?
Better
are
stay
there?
away from that. Is what
Yeah.
he might say.
No, great. GAR is a great place to work, but it is like whenever I first talked to Wes about working there, he was like, "Well, just to let you know, it's like a boys or like a men's locker room, like a football locker room. Like it's a lot of messing around with each other." I didn't realize how much that was going to be until. Hang on.
Go ahead. Explain.
bro.
How did this turn out? I bet there's some really good stories, man. Go ahead. Because I'm thinking back. When I was in the locker room, man, a lot of showers, a lot of crazy stuff. I was bragging on Gar, not what he's doing.
Oh man.
Go ahead.
We can cut that out, right?
I mean, I don't even know how to cut anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Cut anything out. Everything's gonna be in.
So GAR's great. GAR's a great place
That's
to
right.
work at.
I agree.
A lot of great people.
I don't work there, but
Yeah.
I agree with
So if you need a job, go ahead and call that number I said earlier. A lot of great people, and I'm going to leave it at that.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea.
But what is something that you think about daily, but no one else knows that you think about that because it would be crazy if they found out that you were thinking about that? Like, it could be a thought every now and then that comes up and you're like, why am I thinking that?
Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough. Because, I mean, there's a lot of thoughts that go into my mind, Ben.
Yeah, but
A lot. But I'm not secretive with any of my thoughts.
not even like,
Like, my wife knows everything.
let me think about a thought that I think sometimes. All right, go on.
Reveal it.
Okay,
Like, what is it?
bro. And let me express this
Yeah.
on my own terms.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah.
You're trying to force
Your
this out of me.
speed. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, if you had one thing that you could eat, but it couldn't be one of the most delicious things that you eat, but it can't be one of the worst things, I would always, like, every now and then be like, dude, I think I could live off peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Yeah.
That's it.
But it's like, I don't want to tell anyone I think that stuff
Yeah.
because it's weird.
Just did.
It's like just peanut butter. Well, but that's what I'm.
That makes sense. But
If
no,
you thought something like that, would you tell her?
Yeah, I would.
You're crazy.
I would. Well, the reason is, okay, there's a story behind it. So I'll be sitting there, right? Because I don't know how your mind works.
It's
Okay?
crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so mine is too.
It's good though.
So I'll be sitting there and I'll be just, daydreaming, whatever, day thinking, whatever you want to call it. Because thoughts just go crazy. And she'll be like, hey, what are you thinking? I was like, so do you really want to know? Or do you want me just to give you the answer?
Play
You know what I mean?
Uno reverse card.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, well, I mean, nothing really. We all say that. So I ask instead, I'm like, do you really want to know? Yeah. All right. Well, first I was thinking about that tree. Then I was wondering what that was about. And then I was wondering about this. That led to me thinking about one of the kids getting into a car accident.
Oh
and
my
how
God, dude! How'd
hurtful
you go
that
from
would
a
be.
tree to a car?
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're past.
I mean, yeah. And then, no, true. I've had car accidents or car accidents and a motorcycle accident. Cool stuff. Brain injury, brain surgery, cool stuff, concussions, whatever. But
That was a lot.
So- yeah. So going back to that, my kids in some kind of car accident, losing a kid. What would I do if I lost a child? How heartbreaking would that be? Like how could I walk through that and be okay? I have them now. Like that's they're my everything. My wife, my children, God, that's my everything. That's my everything. So what happens if I lose part of that, right? I know testimonies and different things of different people that's been able to walk through that. And man, it makes me remember back when just it's not like just as in it's not a big deal, but the miscarriages that me and my wife had to walk through, right? Walking through those things, the heartbreak, the torment that goes on inside of a person's mind and the things that you, or at least mine, I guess I can always talk about mine. So walking through that and then seeing tragedy, how people lose kids, and so that's where my mind goes. You know what I mean? So if things like that happen, I tell my wife.
Bro, let me tell you something. You started this with, I was thinking about that tree. And then you ended it with, miscarriage.
No, I didn't actually. I started with, my mind's crazy. I said it.
Bro.
I said it. Like I said,
I
it's
felt
cruising
bad
to
about my peanut butter.
Yeah.
You are insane.
Yeah. No, and it's, I mean, and it happens when I'm going through Walmart. I'll notice someone.
You're like,
I talked about this in my last podcast, actually.
Does this sound familiar? That guy's got a nice shirt, man. I wonder if they make that shirt my size. I wonder what we should have for dinner. I wonder if my entire family died, how that would impact me. Wow. I really need to pay for these groceries.
I see what you did.
Maybe I should get mac and cheese. What if my dog choked on mac and cheese because it was too hard and my dogs died? That would be insane.
No.
I really need to pay for this stuff. I should be next in line. Yeah, but what if we were all on a line in a concentration camp? That would be crazy. I really need to pay for this. Dude, hey, I found out something about you. You're crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, if you go from
it is crazy. I agree.
a tree and you're like, wow, fall, nice. Somebody could have fell.
Yeah.
Somebody could have hung themselves. Like, dude, you go so dark so fast. Why do you go so dark so fast?
I never said it was fast, Ben.
It
I said it started
fast,
here.
bro.
I said it started here and it gets to this point. I didn't tell you all the in-betweens. I'm just telling you it happens that way.
Does it happen between you getting your truck here and the restaurant you're going to? Or do you think about this stuff during the restaurant?
No, I don't. Again, it doesn't go that fast. It's just, it leads to those things. My mind's always going on something. It's always thinking about something, how to fix a problem, if a scenario happened, if there was someone that tried to rob the store when I was in it, I look at the people around me and if I'm like, I wonder if they're carrying, trying to look and see if they are, seeing if they're acting suspicious, just in case I needed to hide my kids in the bathroom while I tried to take care of it. I might just hide in the bathroom and stay with my kids. But you like to think as a man, I'm going to take care of business. So there's a lot of thoughts like that. They go through my head all the time. Yeah, I was going through Walmart a couple months ago, maybe a year, since the last time we did anything with this podcast was 3 years ago.
3.5.
So it's been a minute. So that says a lot. But back to not my timekeeping, but the Walmart incident. I had a gentleman who walked by Emery, which is my youngest daughter, and she's cute, and he like pinched her cheek.
Oh, that's assault worthy.
Yeah, and I come unglued, and I didn't assault him, so that's good. Verbally, I told him some things.
Dude, you ever do it again?
There was some stuff, and he walked away and all that stuff, but that stuck in my head, and it's like scenarios like this do happen. Had one time.
That's a dad thing, though, dude. I got in my car to warm it up, and my daughter ran out on the front porch and was like, "Dad, don't leave me! Dad, don't leave me!" Was screaming and crying. I'll never forget that. Happened a different time because I'm such a good dad. That I got in the car and I didn't want her to have to like get in the mud puddle to get like to the back door because I let her open it because she wants to be independent. She's 3 at that time, 2.5, and she's like, "Dad, I got the door." I'm like, "This ain't how this works." And but there was a mud puddle there, so I got in the car and I was like, "Hey, stand over there. Let me back up the car just 2 feet so that you don't get in the mud puddle." I start to move the car. She takes off full sprinting towards the car, like, "Dad, don't leave me! Dad, don't leave me!" Never gonna forget that.
Yeah,
but that's being a dad.
Yeah. I get that, but I'm just telling you.
But what you do
happens.
Is a lot different than the dad. This is what you did. You said, "I'm a psychopath," and then you molded it into "I'm a dad."
Yeah, maybe. So, I have had people show up at different aisles throughout the store. They were the same dudes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
2 dudes.
Okay.
Walking together.
Matrix.
Always close to each other.
Matrix.
And walking around, and they're always near me and my kids. I'm exiting the store. I'm paying for my stuff. I see them standing over there, not really paying for anything. Then I start going towards the door. Then they start going towards the door. What do? I backed up into the cart area and allowed them to go by me. And I hardcore, like mean mugging, staring them down, going, make a move. But I have my kids behind me. I'm not going outside. Why? I'm a pretty big dude, Ben. Yeah, I can take care of my business, Ben.
Getting older.
Right. But maybe. But why not just go, all right, and let them do what, if they want to jump, they'll jump and I'll take care of it. Why not do that? Ooh. Because when I'm taking care of one, what's the other one going to do?
You could probably take care of both of them.
It doesn't matter. What's the other one going to do? What are the three outside waiting that they were actually just waiting for me to come outside? What are the however many I can't take care of?
Some of this is probably because you worked the Gray Circle.
Maybe
you got attacked.
Man.
But
that has nothing to do with it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Those
nothing like kids jumping.
Those were all kids. I've been jumped, but they were kids.
But you also worked in a prison.
I worked at a prison. I didn't get in, not like a lot of fights or anything.
Yeah.
Point is, it's not because I worked at a prison. Not that I worked at a prison. Not my trauma. But I see what happens in the world. And they have people out there that will get your attention. Mm-hmm. Negative, whatever. They'll take the beating so that someone else can grab that little kid. Nope, not happening.
So we're talking all about dad scenarios and you with your kids.
Yeah.
What we originally were talking about was you just driving and looking at a tree.
Yeah.
So you got some things. You know.
Again, we started with my mind sometimes is crazy. That's what I said.
But I actually can understand the Walmart one because I have a little girl.
Yeah.
And any dad out there that has a child, I think, if you are a good parent, would understand the protective side of that.
Yeah. This is funny. This brings up a question I've seen on TikTok, and it was funny. But then I had my last guest on my podcast. He asked me that question. Okay. Now I'm going to ask it to you.
Oh, God.
It's not going to be the same answer. I don't think. We'll see.
Think you know me?
I think I do.
All right.
And then you can go check out my podcast at the Lou. That's what it's called. The
Lou
podcast.
Check it out.
We'll see. But
we'll see.
But you can check it out on episode number 2 and see if I was right by predicting that he won't answer it like I did.
Okay.
So here's the question.
Go ahead, shoot, partner.
Here's the question. Would you kill for your child?
I mean, what's the scenario? Is the guy dropping off a pizza to my house?
Maybe, maybe not. Would you kill for your child?
Easy, fast answer without knowing anything at all. Yes.
See, he answered it the same way I did. So it wasn't exactly the same, but it's really close. Because I said myself, what's the scenario? If my kid shows up and they say, I'm mad, they hurt me, broke up, bro, whatever, the husband, whatever, even if they're married.
Real.
Even if they,
I'll kill him.
Yeah.
Breakup's real. If she comes here, I don't care if she's 14. Dad, James at school said that I'm ugly.
Hey, James, if your name's James, just watch out.
James.
Don't go near road.
Look at me. I can't hit you, but I hit your dad. What's up, James? Can't hit you.
We're talking about killing.
I'll kill you, Dad. What's up, dude? Push your limits and see what happens.
That's not what we're talking about. No.
How dark
now you're trying to kill dad. You just want to kill people? That's horrible.
You have no one to go to when your dad dies. Okay? That's horrible. Dude, let me tell you something.
All right. Girl. So I said...
I should have just said yes.
That I would not do it. I wouldn't kill anyone. Unless it was a certain scenario. Like, I mean, if someone was trying to hurt my child.
Okay, what's the least
I could do that.
Serious scenario that you would kill somebody for your kid? Least serious.
If they were trying to harm them in a way that would change their life forever and try to kill them. Something like that. Yeah, okay. if they're like trying to physically punch someone or like beat up on one of my kids, kick them on the ground and stuff, like I could easily kill them in a lot of ways, though. It's because I'm a bigger guy. I'm not going to be able to hold back and have restraint in that scenario.
Yeah, you're going to punch someone head through
or punt them if they're on the ground. You know what I mean? Who knows? And that could break a neck, break anything. I mean, who knows? It could happen.
Oh, dude, that gets me fired up thinking about that stuff.
Yeah.
Just because when you have, dude, my daughter is everything. Let me tell you something. My daughter is everything. I could lose, don't write that down. I could lose my job. I could lose all three that like I'm kind of connected to. I could lose my motorcycle. I could lose a lot in my life. All my friends, my whatever money, I could lose. I could sleep in a box. If I lose my daughter, you don't recognize me anymore.
Yeah.
Because I go to such a dark place that I see suicide as the only way out of my daughter if something happens to my daughter.
Yeah.
That's how much this little girl matters to me.
Yeah. And I understand that. I can't say that I would think about that. I have 4.
Well, yeah.
You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. So
I have 1.
Yeah.
That's
so,
it.
So I get what you're saying. I get your point. But when you're talking, bro, got one of those questions, bro.
You got another question?
I got one of those questions.
Dude.
All right, bro. You're going to like this one. You're going to like this. This is one of Ben's questions. This is like a Ben question, just a little bit more thought out, okay? So you just said you'd kill for your child and, some trying. So
talking about animals.
Our agreement. Our agreement was if something is coming against our kids, that you would kill to harm them. If someone's going to harm them, you would. Okay.
Doesn't even really have to be harmed.
Right, man. I understand. What would you kill inside of yourself that's going to harm your kids in the future?
Dude, I try to kill a lot of stuff in myself daily.
Talk about that.
The problem though is sometimes it's so much easier to kill something physical.
Yeah.
Because it can't come back.
Yeah.
So when you kill these things inside of you and you're like, man, I have conquered pride. And then you get into a conversation with a guy at work. I do this all the time. Thanks, Gar. I do this all the time. Somebody's like talking smack. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Didn't I just choke your little punk butt out outside like during the summer? And then, dude, I know this guy and he's always
Is this one of the wrestling matches you had?
One of the many. Hey, undefeated Gar employees. But there's some people you can choke out, put them in a Kimura, do whatever to them. They're gonna talk like they won the next day. It doesn't matter. And when I think I crush my pride, because I'm like, I'm gonna try to be a good human being. I'm gonna try to be a good dad. I want her to show her I'm affectionate and like I have a heart. Then I hear, you got lucky. And I'm like, got lucky in what? The first or the 5th round? Which luck are you talking about? I had 3 of your boys attacking me. Choke, choke, choke.
I don't know how you held 3 guys in a chokehold at the same time.
Hey, stay in your lane. No, I really do love wrestling those guys, but there's only a couple I really want to hurt. You know who you are. But once again, still dealing with pride. But
I could see that.
So
back to the point.
When my pride took me on a long road trip. When you think that you can kill some things inside of you, I wonder if it's actually killing them or if they're coming back because of trials in your life and the even like gold. Everyone talks about gold and how it purifies. Is like it just has to keep going through the fire and like just keep, and then all the bad stuff floats to the top. Scrape it off the top, and it's like that's your soul. That's what everyone always talks about. I like to think of it as something different. I like to think of it as you almost like a sword. And life is the hammer. And when life hits you repeatedly and tries to mold you a certain way, it depends on who's holding the sword at what angle. So if you can control the sword at what angle, the hammer's going to come no matter what. But you can allow yourself to control the sword and turn it at a certain angle so that it turns out the way it's supposed to be. But if you do nothing with your life, then there's no one holding the sword. And there's no telling how that sword's going to turn out. Because the hammer's just going to keep hitting it and hitting it and hitting it. And you're like, I wonder why I turned out the way I did. Well, are you taking control of these things in your life? Or are you just letting it sit stagnant
Yeah, because
and hoping for the best?
I'm looking at that sword being beat right in that picture that you're talking about, and if you would turn that sword just upright, it's going to dull and ruin the whole thing, all because of that angle.
Are you
know what I mean?
holding it with purpose, or are you holding it just to hold it? Are you going through life just to say, I'm going through life, or are you purposefully going through life? Because it's a big difference. And people that just go through life and they're like, hey, dude, I used to always say what? What was my slogan for the longest time?
Life as you know it.
Dude, not the podcast. Something I always said. My dad hated me for. He hated me saying it.
I don't even remember.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I do remember.
Dude, I used to say it is what it is all the time.
Yeah.
One time my dad wanted me to be better in school.
And, it is what it is, Dad.
My dad almost punched my head off. Almost punched my head off.
I can see it happen.
And that was like one of the most infuriating times in his life because he saw purpose and didn't want me to do some of the things he did in his life. And when he tried to give me direction and I came with the attitude, it is what it is, he knew that I was throwing away so much.
Yeah.
So in life, when you're holding the sword isn't just so that you can hold it. It's so that the generations after you can hold it, so that my daughter can see this is how a sword gets sharpened. This is the angle I need to turn it. So it's way bigger than you. But what happens is when you don't use the proper things in life the way that they should be, whether it is being a parent, whether it is being a hard worker at your job, whether it is like these different things that you know you should do and you don't do it, it's like laying the sword down and just saying, it is what it is. Mm. And your kids, as they get older, lay the sword down and say, it is what it is, because that's the example you're putting ahead of them. So be purposeful. I wish I could say that word. Be purposeful in life. Because the generations before you, it's going back to being a good dad. Those instincts that you have those same instincts whenever you're being an example, whenever you're cleaning the house, whenever you're working, whenever you're taking them to get ready or something like that in the room and getting their clothes and stuff. And you hear, your wife say, hey, you need to go do this. Be that example. Say, what did she say? You need to follow this. Like, let's do it together. And so many people, when they have their kids, it's like it is what it is mentality. Yeah. Like, well, at least I'm feeding them. Hey, congratulations for being the bare minimum. Yeah. Like, so, I do some things over the top. I wrestle with my daughter all the time because I want her to know how to wrestle. I put her in a triangle, dude. I had her in a triangle and I'm not obviously choking my 3-year-old out. And like I was grabbing her head and like, and like shaking her around. She bit my leg, got out of it. Hey. Proud of you. Proud dad moment. Scared me because I was like, what is happening? But she got out of it. And like, I want her to learn these things because I want the best for her. And I know the world's a crazy place. It is. So if we ever have a Walmart incident and, hey, you're going to have to fight more than one.
Oh, man. Not on Black Friday. That don't happen anymore.
But like, she's going to be able to defend herself.
Man, I can just imagine her biting you and you trying to kick because like that automatically you jerk away from that pain. Yeah. And then be like, oh, did I break a tooth? Did I kick? Yeah. Did I kick you on accident? Oh, dude, man, that'd be crazy.
We were wrestling on the bed. This was when she was 2. And like, I'm really gentle with my daughter most of the time because she's all I got. And like, I was tossing her up and stuff like that. We were wrestling around.
As you do it like this nonchalantly, it looks real gentle.
Catching so we were wrestling on the bed and stuff like that. She's laughing, we're all having a great time. And I set her down. I'm like, okay, wait right there. I reach over to pick up one of her toys on the ground because it fell on the ground with one of her blankets. And as soon as I turn around, I just see feet going off the bed. And she immediately started crying. I was like, oh my God. And then she had a big knot on her head. Felt like a horrible father. But like things like that happen. Yeah. But the difference is the purpose, the right motivation was there. but accidents happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, things like that. If you're a purposeful father, I really got to change that word because this word is beating me alive. And so, yeah, you said it's so easy. Thanks for saying it. But things like that, if you are just a driven and honest parent with your kids, you'll go so much farther.
It's like you're trying to go into inspiration parenting or inspirational parenting.
Bro, I can picture so many people watch this like, dude, he's an idiot. He can't even say purposeful. Purposeful.
Doesn't have an L in it.
Yeah, hey, you know what? We try out here.
It's at the end, I guess, not at the beginning.
So it's silent. Like this podcast. It's gonna be.
Oh wait. Oh, it's still catching.
Yeah.
So,
but I think we're gonna call this one because there's gonna be many more to come. I don't even know how long it's been. This is life as I know it. But just getting this out there. I do want to have other people on, but it might be a while just because I want to get like some things set in stone on scheduling and stuff like that. And I'll probably have Trevor on for most of these beginning podcasts just because I enjoy talking to him so much. He's a easy guy to talk to. You don't have to. Thanks, dude. But that's, dude. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about these. Wait. Here's the thing about these GAR buddies. Okay. You know who you are. Which buddies are buddies. For the rest of you, I'll see you at the grassy knoll. Okay.
grassy knoll.
The grassy knoll. That's what we call it.
Dangerous.
It is. If you lose, I don't lose. Hey, I don't lose. Did you hear that, parts guys? I don't lose.
You didn't hear it. That pride that he was talking about?
Yeah.
Flaring up.
Yeah. But I'm working on it. Just at a very slow rate. But, all right, this is life as I know it. And till the next episode, man. And this is going to be a lot of fun. And maybe next time we might do something a little bit different. I got an idea. And it might be a little bit crazier. So, but it'll still be fun. Dude, yes, I got some ideas. Thank you for watching the podcast, Life as I Know It. And we'll see you next time.